Welcome back to the dungeon. Today I have the long-awaited HM-2W here all the way from Japan. The new Boss HM-2 has a lower noise floor, a new custom mode, and high-quality analog components. It is made entirely in Japan and costs around $180 US. Now, I've never actually played an original HM-2, so I'm excited to finally get the chance. Quite the legendary pedal and has seen a huge increase in value in the last few years, prompting Boss to do this Waza Craft reissue model. I own a Behringer HM-300, which is a pretty good clone, as well as the Duality heavy pedal plugin, and I've done a bunch of videos on both of those. I enjoy them quite a bit. I enjoy the HM-2 style, and those two satisfy my needs pretty well, but I'm quite excited to finally have the real deal and see how it stacks up. And perhaps in a future video, I'll do a shootout against those and the other clones I have and see how close it is. Today I'm going to do a little unboxing and we'll play through it and see how it sounds and see what kind of tones we can get out of it. So let's take a look at what's in the box. Here's the beautiful HM-2, and I gotta say this is quite a nice box. The Waza edition really has the extra attention to detail on this nice thick box. Wow, I love boxes. So here I am opening the lid of the box, and you can see there's, what the pedal is. And here we have a bunch of manuals. Yeah, those are going to go in the trash. And this is something cool. Wow, there it is. Let's just get that out of there. Oh, look at that plastic wrap. Hold on a sec. Don't you love plastic wrap? I apologize. Here is the beauty itself. And man, is that something. It's black, as expected. It's got the cool old style silver screw. It's got the nice Waza Craft letters. That is quite nice. It's got this kind of rainbow shine to the Waza Craft letters. And that does look great. It looks pretty much just like the classic pedal, as you can imagine. What a treat to be finally holding it. Oh man, I'm only 20 pedals off from serial 666. Well, that's good. I don't need any more evil in my life. And here we have this standard and custom mode switch back here. These are knobs, they have a line on them. They feel nice. They feel very smooth, actually. Turning them, there's absolutely they're not too loose, but they're also not too tight, and they're perfectly smooth, as you can expect from a premium pedal. Feels nice to press it. Let's see if there's a battery included. Opening it up, yes, we do have a battery down there. Very cool. That means we can use the battery power today and we won't worry about any possible sound interference from 9-volt adapters, which I never have a problem with anyways. You know the drill. Let's get these bad boys cranked. All right, I think we're ready to rock. That's pretty sick, just going into a clean amp sim especially. Alright, we are now on the new custom mode, and I think this has higher gain and a slightly modified EQ section. sounds pretty massive. I think we could improve the amp a little bit and get a little bit more juice out of this. But man, that already sounds pretty gnarly right off the bat. Here's the amp so you can see what I'm doing, and I'm going to switch it over to the overdrive channel and see how that sounds. As much as the HM-2 is already a gain monster, I think it'll be fun to run into an overdrive channel. That's how I usually like to use HM-2. That sounds super gnarly, and I just love the texture of the gain here. It's something pretty special. Let's test out some of these different cab IRs. That's sounding pretty sick to me. I've spent a few minutes looking through all the IRs, and I like that. I've got this Cali DSM57A1 and this Marshall V30 just blended in a little bit. Maybe I'll add a touch of resonance. Okay, I'm just having fun with this at this point. So that sounds pretty good on the amp side. The IRs have a pretty big difference. That has a big influence. The EQ, at least on this amp sim, doesn't really seem to do a ton from what I'm hearing. This pedal is already so extreme maybe that there's only so far it can go. But I don't want to sit here and tweak EQs all day. This is about the pedal. Play around with some of these settings. First of all, the distortion range on this pedal is very narrow, and it's quite a bit less all the way off, but then you turn it up a little and you're basically at max distortion. And a lot of people like to run it kind of with the distortion very low, engaged, so to speak, which is cool because as you crank the distortion, it doesn't really change the character that much, but it does add a fair bit more noise. That is one thing. Of course, I'm running this into an overdriven amp anyways, but I like that extra layer of just total insanity. Linda from My Bloody Valentine used this as a fuzz pedal, and so did David Gilmour. And so let's try out some little more modest settings on the EQ. Of course, with the high and low controls all the way up, we go into chainsaw territory, but we can actually get some pretty nice sounds out of it in the other range. I know a lot of people say it sounds bad in anything other than full-on chainsaw mode, but I don't think so. You just have to play around with it and find the sweet spots because the EQ is very aggressive, and I think the custom mode addressed that to some degree and hopefully gave it a little more usable EQ, so we're going to check that out too. It's not really a low gain pedal, and certainly doesn't have a lot of low gain range, but if you can find it, it doesn't sound bad. Turning the EQs way down definitely cuts some of the gain. So that's one way to do it. We could try it on the neck. I could even do it with a single coil, though I have a feeling that's going to be a little noisy, but let's see. What about a super bassy sound? Oh man, I just love fuzz pedals. This one does, you know, you can get some great doom sounds out of it. Just really thick, gnarly fuzz. That's it feels good. It soothes my soul. I don't know what that says about me, but something. What if we go in the opposite direction? Let's check it out with a different amp real quick. cool. Yeah, I like this. Just pretty much default settings, but that's, man, that sounds good. I'm gonna try out the different cabs too. This is the Rust cab. And the hot amp cab, I think this is a V30. That's awesome. All those cabs sound badass and really good in different ways. Let's try the standard mode. I'm surprised at this clean amp. Now it does break up, I know, and this is driving it pretty hard for sure. So maybe it's breaking up a little bit. You know, pure clean amp, I think it doesn't suit the nastiness. The HM-2 is something with a little bite to it, but this one does. It does have that tube saturation. Let's check out the standard mode. That is nice. I like that too. But really, the custom mode is actually really exciting me. I mean, that's the whole point of gear, right? It's not just about does it sound good in a mix. That's obviously the most important thing. Does it inspire you, and is it exciting to play? And do you want to write songs with it? That kind of makes gear worth it, right? I like the hot amp cabinet, but that amp kind of gets too loud usually. So let's try the Rust amp with a little bit of gain. That's just it's doing something. Whew, that is something spicy. That just sounds really good. I have no idea how this is going to work in a mix yet. But on its own, that sounds so nasty and so interesting, but still articulate. I just love the character of it. I'm just getting pumped. I'm ready to write a demo. Okay, cool. So, yeah, I'm gonna write the demo now, and stick that at the beginning of the video. And I hope you enjoyed this. I mean, I have to say that it impresses me. I mean, I didn't expect to not like it, but the custom mode is really fun, and it just has a great character to it. I'm gonna have to check out the new Grindstein plugin too, because that sounds cool, and that seems like an interesting idea. But this is awesome. I mean, it's articulate enough. It's an HM2. It's kind of out of control. It's kind of wild, but at the same time, I can play faster stuff with it, It's probably not the best for, you know, total shred fest, but yeah. But it sounds so good. It sounds so cool. Who cares if you play fast? Who cares you have to write different riffs? I don't. It's fun. It's fun to play. But I will say, you know, slapping an HM2 on a track that you've already recorded doesn't always work. I mean, unless maybe it's something kind of doomy, but you have to play through it. You have to feel it. Oh, just feels good. feels too good. Well, that's it then. That I've had a lot of fun here, and I've been shooting for like an hour, just sitting here playing this, really enjoying this. Now I've got to write a demo. Anyways, I hope you can tell that I've really enjoyed this, and I'm having a lot of fun. This pedal sounds awesome. I really like it with the neural Gojira amp. Sounds really cool. Though it worked nicely with the Duality amp too. It could work with probably a lot of things. Anyways, everything I've tried on today has sounded pretty awesome, and it just keeps getting better as I try new things. So I'm going to be having fun with this, and I'll definitely have to do some more videos and try it out on bass. Who knows? Maybe try it for a vocal preamp. It's really cool. It's exciting that you can finally get a real HM2. It is made in Japan, and it's even better than the originals because it's got a lower noise floor, new, better components, and a custom mode, which is great, which has sounds really good. I'm quite impressed with the custom mode. It seems like they understand their audience here, and they're making something that we actually want to use rather than just a feature to slap on there that's not really good. So that's what I have for you today, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.